What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a updated Lightsworn deck for Edison format. Been testing out a few different things, so I thought I'd provide an updated deck profile. So we're just going to go ahead, we're going to dive right on in. We, of course, are playing our 2 copies of Judgment Dragon. Obviously, you gotta be running 2 of the big baddie, especially in case you mill one of the copies. So we got 2 copies of Judgment Dragon, followed by 3 copies of Lila. This is something I've been thinking about maybe dropping to 2 copies, but let me know what you guys think down below. I feel like 3 is still probably good. I mean, we're not playing multiple copies of really too many other Lightsworn monsters, but Lila providing that back row destruction, I think is pretty justifiable at 3. But leave your thoughts down below on how you feel about Lila at 3. Our other Lightsworn that we're playing at 3 is, of course, Ryko. I mean, he's one of the best flip monsters in Edison format. So we got our 3 copies of Ryko. And then going into our one-ofs for Lightsworns, we have our Celestia, we have our Garoth, we have our Aaron, we have Arcus, we have Lumina, we have one Wolf. I feel like playing more than one is just a little too clunky being in a Lightsworn deck. If you're playing pure Lightsworn, I think you could probably get away with more than just one. Then we also have Jane as well, too, for the last Lightsworn in the deck. Moving on, we got 2 copies of Honest, followed by 1 copy of Caius. We have 1 Dark Arm Dragon. We have our Chaos Sorcerer. We have our Blackwing Gale. We have Plague Spreader. We have a new one that I switched Sangan out for, which I'm trying out, and that's Spirit Reaper. I like just kind of having that wall up. So Spirit Reaper, one of my favorites in GOAT format as well, so I figured why not try it out in Edison. I've been seeing it pop up a little bit more too. So you guys leave your thoughts down below how you feel about Spirit Reaper in this deck. And then we also have our Necro Gardna, of course, a staple for anything Lightsworn. Then we have Card Trooper as well. Honorary Lightsworn in the sense that it does help with our milling, especially during our main phase. Then we have our Gors and Trigodia as well too. But I'm also playing in the main deck 2 copies of DD Crow as well for a nice little hand trap. Now, DD Crow, I like it. I feel like it kind of has some niche play, but definitely does help out when you need it. And I'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So that rounds out the monsters of the deck. Going into the spells, we have our 3 copies of Solar Recharge, followed by our 1 copy of Charge of Light Brigade. Now, another one that I'm testing out right now is Burial from a Different Dimension. This is one I've seen kind of pop up in some Twilightsworn decks, so I figured why not give it a go. Another one, you guys comment down below, how do you feel about Burial from a Different Dimension. Then we have 1 copy of Monster Reincarnation. I was playing 2, but I took out that second one for Burial. So I guess we'll see going forward how it really interacts. Then we got 1 copy of Pot of Avarice. Just nice, easy draw since we do mill so much. We have our Allure of Darkness, Mystical Space Typhoon, Heavy Storm, Annulment of Crossout, since, you know, we do run into those super nimble Mega Hamsters and other flip monsters in Edison format still. And then we also have our Brain Control as well too, to round out our spells. So going into the traps, we only have 3. We have Threatening Roar, we have our Trap Dust Shoot, and then we have Mere Force as well. So we're not too trap heavy. Going into the extra deck, it's going to be pretty generic since, I mean, we have Plague Spreader, we have Gale. Doesn't necessarily mean that we have to always go into Synchros, because we do have beaters like Judgment Dragon, Dark Arm Dragon, Chaos Sorcerer does help as well too. But we have our Armory Arm, we have our Catastor, We have your Quizos. We have Yugioh Guardian. We have Brio. We have Tempest Magician. We have Blackwing Armor Master. Arcanite Magician. Urbellum. Black Rose. Colossal Fighter. Thought Ruler Archfiend. Dark End Dragon. Stardust Dragon. And then ending it with Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. So, like I said, it's kind of just your generic, run-of-the-mill extra deck in Edison format. Going into the side, we have our 2 copies of Cyber Dragon, just for those machine decks that are out there. We have 2 copies of Consecrated Light, one that I like. I've definitely won my fair share amount of duels thanks to having Consecrated Light in the side. Now we have our Jowgen. Then we have our Kaiku as well. And then one that's really good for the Frog matchup, we have the Possessed Dark Soul. So you can offer this face-up card as a tribute to take control of all face-up level 3 or lower monsters your opponent's side of the field until they are destroyed or removed from the field. So, not bad. Some spicy little tech. But Possessed Dark Soul, on top of it all, it's a dark, so that's kind of nice. You'd think it might be a fire, but no, it's dark, so it does kind of help out the deck in the sense of, hey, we got another dark fodder in the graveyard. Then we have our Cold Wave. Just very good if you're able to toss down a Cold Wave and then bring out JD. I mean, it's a power play, that's for sure. Then we also have My Body as a Shield. We have Mind Control. Then we have 2 copies of Royal Decree. Since we're only playing a few trap cards anyways, it's easy to side them out and just go into a little bit more of a trap stopping strategy. So 2 copies of Royal Decree. Then we have 1 copy of Royal Oppression. Then we have our 1 copy of Mind Crush, because we are playing Trap Dust Shoot, so you know we can gather what's in their hand thanks to that. I've always liked Mind Crush, and I think doing the 1-2 punch of Mind Crush Trap Dust Shoot is a power play in my book. But you guys, comment down below, what do you think about this deck? What would you change? What would you do differently? Obviously, Lightsworn is something that I've always loved, and I don't know, I feel like this deck, it's pretty good. It feels good to play. Obviously, there's a few new things I'm testing out in here, but I guess we'll see how it goes and what I end up changing in the long run as well, and what you guys would change as well too. Be sure to check out those links down below as well. It does help support the channel using the TCG player link, especially if you are building your own Edison deck. We will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye and good night.
I, Seto Kaiba, president of Kaiba Corp, implore you to check these recommended videos. While you're at it, hit subscribe and burst stream that notification bell for all future videos.